The moment Mark's body went still, Kelly felt the world break around her. 1 second he was standing, trying to say something, and the next he was collapsing into her arms, his breath fading like a whisper she couldn't hold on to. People screamed for help, but Kelly couldn't hear anything except the sound of her own heart racing. She kept calling his name, begging him to look at her, begging him to stay awake, begging him not to leave. She felt time slipping through her shaking hands that could not. If this moment touches your heart, stay with us and support the story by liking, sharing, and joining this journey. After the ambulance doors closed, Kelly sat frozen, holding the cold imprint of where Mark had been. She kept replaying the moment he fell, wondering how she missed the signs, wondering why his voice sounded different that morning, why his steps seemed slower, why his smile looked tired in a way she didn't understand. The ride to the hospital felt endless, every turn making her fear grow heavier. Nurses rushed him inside and Kelly followed, feeling like she was walking underwater. She tried to stay calm, but the halls felt too bright, the air too thin, and every second felt like the world was slipping further away. She whispered small prayers under her breath, hoping someone would tell her he was safe, hoping someone would say this was only a scare as she waited for news that refused to come. Inside the waiting room, Kelly held her hands tightly together, trying to stop them from shaking. Every time a nurse walked by, her heart jumped, hoping they would call her name, hoping they would tell her he was breathing on his own, but no one came. Minutes felt like hours, and the silence around her felt heavier than the beeping she could hear faintly from behind the doors. She kept remembering how Mark tried to smile before he collapsed, how he whispered that he just needed a minute, how he insisted he was fine even when his eyes looked distant. Kelly felt guilt pressing on her chest, wondering if she should have pushed him to rest, wondering if she should have noticed sooner, wondering if she could have changed anything. A doctor finally stepped out, but his eyes told her nothing good was coming. He asked her to stay calm and follow him slowly. Kelly felt her knees weaken as she walked behind him, every step pulling her closer to a truth she wasn't ready to face that day forever. When Kelly entered the ICU, the cold air hit her first, followed by the sharp beeping of machines she didn't recognize. Mark lay on the bed, still and pale, with wires running across his chest like tiny lifelines holding him in place. She moved closer, afraid to touch him, afraid that even a gentle touch might break something fragile inside him. A nurse explained that he had stopped responding minutes after he arrived and they were fighting to keep his heart steady. Kelly felt her breath catch as she listened, each word sounding farther away than the last. She watched his chest rise and fall in slow, uneven breaths, each one feeling like a small battle he was trying hard to win. She whispered his name, hoping her voice would pull him back, hoping he could hear her through the noise and confusion. The doctor returned with charts, his face tight, his tone careful. He said they needed time, but time felt cruel. Kelly held onto the edge of the bed, her fingers trembling, holding hope close in that silence. Kelly leaned over him, trying to find the warmth she remembered, the warmth that always made her feel safe. His eyes opened for a moment, faint and unfocused, as if he was trying to see through a fog only he could feel. She whispered that she was there, that he wasn't alone, that she needed him to hold on just a little longer. His fingers moved weakly against her hand, and the touch broke something inside her. She lowered her head beside him, holding him the way she used to when the world felt heavy. The machines kept beeping, but each sound felt slower, softer, fading like the strength he was fighting to keep. Mark tried to breathe, his chest rising with visible effort, and Kelly felt his struggle as if it were her own. She kept telling him she loved him over and over, hoping her words could anchor him, hoping love could do what medicine could not. His eyes slowly drifted closed, not with peace, but with exhaustion, like he was slipping into a place she couldn't follow. Kelly pressed her forehead to his, begging him to stay, praying for one more moment, one more breath to stay. Kelly stayed beside him, listening to the weak rise and fall of his breath, afraid that each one might be the last. The room felt colder now, filled with a silence that pressed against her heart. She kept holding his hand, wishing he would squeeze back, wishing he would open his eyes and tell her he was still here, but he didn't move. And in that quiet moment, no one knew what tomorrow would bring.